For my gospel story video project, I'm going to be discussing John 2, also known as the story where Jesus turned water into wine. Talking a bit about the background of the story, this takes place chronologically after the previous part of the gospel where Jesus raided the temples and cleared it out due to the marketization of religion, marketization of the temple. I'm going to be talking about this more later on, but I do need you to keep in mind that that's when it takes place in the story. Going along with the story itself, we have the following. On the third day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him,
"There's no more wine."
"Woman, why do you involve me? My time has not yet come." His mother said to the servants,
"Do whatever he tells you."
Nearby stood 6 stone jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then he told them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." They did so, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. Then he called the bridegroom aside and said,
"Everyone brings out the choice wine first and then the cheaper one after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now."
What Jesus did here in Cana of Galilee was the first of the signs through which he revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this he went down to Capernaum with his mother and brothers and his disciples. There they stayed for a few days. Now, with the story being brought out, now let's really talk about what it means in a thematic and the ideas that are brought up in the story. I believe the point of this story is about reaffirmation. Jesus' use of a miracle in this story is very, very slight. Something that, almost common to a magic trick, just turning water into wine. But I believe this is less so about the use of power, or the power itself, more as what Jesus intended to do with the power. Jesus himself is always about, gathering more people to the faith. And I believe that with this slight miracle, that they make it a point to explain that the servants know what Jesus did. And even if the chancellor does not know, it's more of like a metaphor almost, that not everyone knows what he is capable of. Large changes can happen just due to him. And I believe that's a very big part of especially the New Testament, which I believe a big aspect of the New Testament is sacrifice. And this is a prime example of that. Jesus had absolutely no reason to use his power at all. He could have just not used it and nothing would have changed. But he used it not only to alert other people of his presence, but also to revitalize his disciples' faith in him. And that is why I believe John 2 is a very, very important story to the Bible, especially the New Testament. I mean, it's one of the more famous ones because it's one of the simple uses of power. And I believe in the world today, it's even more important. Especially if you follow Christianity. You may not see every single thing that happens, but you're being protected and your life is doing better by being part of Christianity.